Okay, we're going to do this step first. And right here on this side, there's a Phillips head screw. We're going to back this out. It's a short screw. Hold on to it. You got one right here on this side. That's a short screw. And this panel should just come out. Just pull it and get it out of the way, because it will be in your way. And what I usually do, I'm going to put these screws right back where I got them, so I will not lose them. So when you put it back, you got the screws there where you need them. There, so we'll go ahead and drop this panel right here too. Keep the screws. You got two on this side. You got one right here. You got one right here. Then you got, not this one on the bottom, but you got one above these two screws. You can see that. And then you got one at the top. And probably, I'm going to take this little rack off. It needs to be washed anyway. Get it out of the way. So that panel there has 6 screws. And what I would probably do as well is just put those back where you got them. That way you don't take a chance on losing them. It's a little extra work, but nothing is worse than missing the screw that you need to finish your job, and you have to go find one. See, like that right there. But we're going to make it work. Alright, once you get this off, we'll cut that out right there. Put those back in hand tight. You got 2 screws here for the control panel. Yep. Drop that down there for the time being. Drop this one down. And I think maybe we got 2 more screws. That didn't have a screw. We're going to take this one right here on this bracket. That's it. And this one right here on this side. So maybe those other ones I took off, you didn't have to take off. Okay, once you get those screws out, you just kind of push in and down to drop your cabinet and get that out of the way. If you want to, over here, you can drop this to give you a little more space. Or we're going to do it this way. We're just going to pop it on this side. There it is. That was probably easier. So, we're just going to let that stay there. Now, we're going to take the 2 bottom screws out of this. Alright, we're going to take these 2 out here. This one. Fortunately, so far everything is Phillips head. And we'll just set that down, but I think we'll end up putting that back there in just a second. And then this one, on this side, can you see that? Alright, and those you can put back in there so you don't lose them. And you know where they go. Alright, the next thing is we're going to go up top. You can't see it, but we're going to go up on that top side, and there's 4 screws. Get the 2 on the ends, you just can feel them. The Phillips head. Alright, there's one. And then you can feel there's one right here. think I'm going to do this one on the end and come back to that middle one. And then here is the last one. Now it's under a little bit of pressure because the drum is sitting on it. But if I remember correctly, you should just be able to pull it out and let the drum fall. Okay? There we go. These 4 screws that came off the top, I'm just going to lightly put them in here so we know where they are. I don't want to lose any of my screws. My wife says I got a screw loose. We just ain't figured out where. Anyway, there's where we are. So we're just going to have to reach back here. I wish you could see this. I'm trying to figure out how. We'll do it from this side. This is a little bit awkward. I may not can get a camera in here. But the pulley over there, can you see where the pulley is? Right there. You got to take the belt off the pulley. There's a tension roller right there. And it's easier to do this working from this other side, but I can't get the camera there. This part is really hard to do. You just kind of have to go by feel. There's 2, it's on a tension bar. So there's a guy down here below, and this right here is on a spring. So you have to kind of use your other hand, bring the spring forward to give it some slack, and then take it off the pulley. I did this before, but it's been a while. You don't want to let go of the spring, it'll pinch your finger. Can y'all see that right there? Alright. So now there's the, that's disconnected off of that. And I may just go ahead and bring that all the way out. I'm going to switch camera views. Hold on. Okay. We got the, I'm going to go ahead and just work this off. And you have to let the whole drum to get the belt to come all the way off. There is the belt. Just hang that somewhere. Hang it on this door because you'll need that. And it's got 2 sides. The side that has the grooves is the one that goes against the drum. Alright, now your drum is just being held by those 3 screws, and that connects it to the shaft. And so we're going to take loose the bottom 2 and then the top one. You can let those screws for the time being fall inside your drum. Then you may want to hold up your drum just a little bit to take the pressure off when you get this last screw, because it may want to fall. See, I felt it give a little bit, but it should just come straight out. Just have to lift it. And what you hear in the back, the element got all tangled up in the back of the dryer, and so it basically broke. And we may have a little difficulty getting it out. Yeah, and the dryer has a little grooved out section right here where the drum goes. You just have to kind of lift it. And now, probably connected to the element. And it's going to make a noise, but here we go. Okay, the drum is out. And can you see, I may have to take this off the tripod, but I think you can see, I'll zoom in later. See that right there? When I shook it, it came off of one of those holders, and the wire got tangled up and broke, and there were sparks and everything flying. It was awful. Here is, can you see that? That's the part it broke. The new element has 2 terminals that go up here, and then you thread them through. But see, it broke in the pieces, and that's why I was getting sparks everywhere. But they're just little clips. You just pull them out, They're ceramic clips, so try not to pull the clip out of the frame. Just pull the element out of the clip. Here's a replacement element. It's got a warning on there. It's got a warning on there, but it doesn't say anything about shaking your dryer vigorously to try to get rid of a squeak. I guess they need to add that disclaimer. The other one was pretty bad shape. I think I showed you part of it. Anyway, this one, can you see? It comes kind of coiled up. Just uncoil it. Sometimes it's a little tangled up, which this is. Alright, there we go. And so what you'll do is, where's my flashlight? Oh, it's right there. There's two terminals. And you just slide them up in there. There's not a, on here it's not positive and negative. You'll just slide them up, and then we'll show you. Can you see okay? Okay. I'm probably going to be blocking it. I'll put a little bit of light. Alright, you want to put it on kind of this way. There's the red. You push it up through there. You push it up into the alligator clip on the other side. It's a little difficult, but you get it. There. And usually what I'll do is I'll pull it over here, kind of the halfway point, and hook it on this one over here. Kind of have to spread the wire and get it down in the slide. There's a slide on each one of these, and you just go from slide to slide. I should have had a trouble light, but it was too much trouble to get it. We're going to just do this. You can pull this apart. Get it in the slot. And so it's being held by the slot, and then you can kind of hook it on both sides. So I maybe go here about halfway, do another one. Kind of slowly stretching it out. We'll go about halfway here and do one up here. And so we'll do this whole procedure. We got to go and hook it on each one of these to kind of spread it out. But if you'll start in the halfway point and then work around, then it should be kind of equal tension. And we'll go back through and we'll check each one of these. You're just working the element through each of those little clips. And so the way the clip is made, you put one wire kind of down the center, and you can kind of pull and hook it on the other two sides, so it's secure on both sides. And that appears to be doing okay. Alright, the tricky part about the drum, if you can position this with a hole at the top and then those two holes, and when you put your drum in there, position that. If you can get the first screw started, you're in good shape. That's the hard part. Here it is. Remember those two sides that are cut out. And you want to line it up. So I used a hole punch. What I have done is run a wire. Don't tighten it all the way, just in case you got it. Just make sure it's catching. I think it's catching. And let's take the hole punch out. And there's the top hole. It's okay to drop it in the drum. Just don't drop it through any of those holes, because you'll have to take the whole thing back out. There, that one's in. And while you hold that one, get this one started. And then you should be able to do this third one. That's hard. And I think what I did last time is I used a 2x4 2x4 and now it's rocking a little bit because that slack will be taken up when you put the door on, the door frame. That mounts it to the drive shaft. There's a guard on the back side to keep the clothes from coming in contact with the element. Just make sure that's tight. Okay. Well, this next part, it's all the way in the back and you can't see it. So, it's putting the belt on. And just remember, the part that's grooved goes against the drum. You have to lift up a little bit right here to get it past these parts. It's about 2 inches from the back. You'll feel some screws. It's just this side of the screws. And it seems like last time I had to get the ladder to get all the way back there. So hold on, I'm going to go get the ladder. Okay, I got the ladder to push it back on the top. I'm going to try to get it around this pulley in the back. You just have to go by feel. There's no way to show that. I can't get the camera all the way back there. So there's a stationary pulley. It goes around there and then it comes up. And you pull the spring-loaded pulley towards you. And it's a little bit hard to pull. And you try to get pull it enough to get, there it is. It's pretty tight, so it goes around this stationary pulley. And then it goes around the pulley that rolls. And just kind of check and make sure it's about 2 inches from the back. It's on this side of the screws. And I just kind of turn it. You have to loop it underneath the stationary and then pull the spring-loaded pulley and wrap it around there. So that spring-loaded takes the tension off, or puts the tension on so it's snug. And all I'm doing now is rolling it, making sure that it's in position, it's not on the screws anywhere. Kind of needs to be equal, and there's no way that you can't see back there. It's a pain in the batushka. You just have to go by feel. And of course, this is rocking, but when you put the door on, that's gonna be held right there. There's a little, and the stationary has a little grooved out area sticking out, and you put the belt right there, loop it around the rolling pulley. So it should be okay. Now, the next thing we need to put the door on. We're just going to take the main door off the hinges there. Excuse me. There's 4 screws. Phillips head. It's really, I'm going to set those off to the side. Last time, I had to take this off. I just thought, well, maybe I can not have to do that. And if it squeaks, when I put it back together, it's just going to have to squeak. Because I ain't about to go through this again. So we'll set this off to the side. And it makes it a whole lot lighter. So now put the door on and maybe get it where it's supposed to go. It's easier to work with that door off, is just line it up. And lift up. Kind of have to lift up the drum. Then you'll feel it go into place. Hold on. It looks like it's up there. Okay, it looks like it's up there. And so if we can get a screw in. Just be careful with working with these sheet metal, this metal, because you'll certainly cut your finger. That one's on. And this one, get it started. You put it back together. It never does fit where it's supposed to. It just kind of gets sprung or something. We'll have to do the same with this one up here. It's kind of... And then, it's just hard to work in this little hole. But that's that. That's turning free. There's a felt, your door has felt all the way around, and this side is supported by that. And you do have to repair that or replace it from time to time. I've not had to yet. So, I'm going to go get some tea. So this is on. The next thing, don't forget we got to plug this in. This, that's your door switch. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to hook this up. We need to take these screws out. Because we're fixing to hang it up. We'll go up here and plug this in. Snap into place. And these tabs, there's tabs that go here and here. And then you push up. So let me get up. And line those tabs up, then push up. So now we're in place. And there's these two screws. One will go right here. We'll get that one tight. So that's in there. So that's gonna be pretty secure. Now the next thing will be this shield, first shield, and we'll take all these off here. Push your cables back up in there. So this shield goes on first. And just line all that up. You know, every time I've taken this apart, I always have extra screws when I get through. Let's get one of those in there. My little, get that in there. Then you got one right there. This one you kind of have to lift up a little bit for that one. And this one, that'll fit up there. We'll put this one up there. We'll go back in with this panel. Make sure your door stop opens. Now there's one screw. I got that screw goes there, but it's not wanting to bite, and then this one goes on that other panel. So I only got two left this time. That's okay. I guess we can go cut it on and see what happens. We're gonna hold this. We're gonna put it on air fluff first. Alright, it's running no squeak. Now let's go let's take this off so you can see. And let's see if the element comes on. It cycles on and off, like it'll stay on a minute, off a half a minute, on 2 minutes, off a minute. Alright, you see it getting red? So, we got it fixed. I wouldn't recommend shaking your dryer again, because that is too much work to replace the element. But the element is stationary, your drum goes around, there's a shield on the back, so your clothes don't come directly contact with the heating element. And let's just wait a minute, make sure it cycles off. Let's see, let's stay on a minute or two and then cut off. So if it stayed on continuous, then you would burn your clothes up. Alright, it just went off. So the cycle is good. It'll do a minute or two and then off. So, alright, we're good. The rest of it, I'm just going to put that door back on. And I've got to find the screw for this. And we're good. Thank you for tuning in.